And we're live, folks. Hey, you record a live now, you put it up later, somebody's bound to stumble upon it.
If that's seen by other eyeballs.
If that's you, what can I say? I just want you to know that whoever you are, you're a special individual. In the sense that we are all intrinsically valuable as human beings. And seen. Not that I was acting. Clickbait. Clickbait in the house.
Holla for $1.
Hello from Amsterdam, boys. I might not come back.
Lou, this one's for you. Also, that was also for the random teenager who clicked on this YouTube video. Who, you got no idea who Lou is. You don't know who we are. Look, we're strangers to you, but somehow you've watched this far into the video, and I just want to tell you, there's plenty of room in this glass for us all. Keep watching till the end. Like and subscribe. All right. Can we do like a bad acting thing?
Oh, sure.
I'm glad you're over there, Oliver.
I know nothing about acting.
I also know nothing about acting.
Okay.
I actually was in a play once.
Oh, no, very nice.
Yes.
I've been in character, but I don't know the rules of acting. So what we'll be doing here in Patrick's masterclass is that we'll be developing a scene together. We have three players. We have Eric Simpkins, Oliver
Stelfox.
Gerhardt. That's your real last name? Woo! Foxy. Whoever's editing this, I want you to zoom in on Eric's sleeping face.
Yeah.
He's so drunk. I come to the show. I get ready. I bring my A game. 100%. And what do I get from the host? A drunken stupor. And scene. I'm just kidding.
It's all a facade.
I love this experience, and I love you do you. You know what I'm saying?
What you're seeing is the inside of our brains.
This is our brains on drugs.
It's also purgatory.
You're right.
And on that note, I'd like to thank the church.
Oh.
As always.
Thank you, the church. You've done it again. We actually have a combo 1-2.
So who are we going to thank?
The church is. The churches.
Multiple churches?
Just a couple of churches to be thanked.
You're deep in it.
Dude.
Multiple churches.
Churches.
We've been doing this for 10 months, I think, and I had no idea you had multiple church hookups.
Yeah. Hell yeah. The end of that. She might have exploded.
We'd like to welcome to the studio.
Oh, yes.
Patrick Tony. Tony? Did I say that right?
He's present. And being present is a good thing.
Alrighty then. The mask. Jim Carrey, the mask.
Patrick Tony's in the house.
Resident clown.
And action.
So I've been trying a new persona recently. As you know, I've been wearing this helmet with a reflective motorcycle visor.
Alrighty then. The mask. Jim Carrey, the mask.
Sorry, I'm a little button crazy. Maybe I won't be quiet. I'll just.
No, this is good. It's like
it.
it's a very different flow. I like it. I've been leaning in
because I pushed the mask because you were talking about your mask.
No,
Yeah, it was
I'm
perfect.
right there with you.
It's perfect.
Basically, it's just like a way. I feel like I'm wildly publicly accessible.
It creates a persona of like me. If I see someone with a visor like that, I'm thinking like that person's just getting from point A to point B.
100%.
Like they're not. You can't interrupt their
There's
day.
something there.
Is that? I feel like that may be how I feel about your hair right now.
Oh, I saw you looking at it. I'm gonna get it bleached on Saturday.
Yeah, you are a Okay, first of all, you actually go through a lot of hair product, but your hair hasn't been frizzed out. How do you do it?
When I would take a shower, there's a lot of hair that comes out just by, sometimes, well, actually all the time. It's just, you can notice it because it's a darker, or it's a unnatural color, right? And so I was collecting them for each different...
Were you putting them in a bottle?
No.
No? Okay.
I was putting them in a little Ziploc baggie. That looks
Creepier.
Like for drugs.
That's way creepier.
I know, right? And so what I'm doing is, the first time I got my hair done, like the dark blue, light blue, green, I gathered the hair from that. And then when I got my hair done again, I started gathering that. So it's like, it shows the dark blue and like the green kind of whirly guys.
Whoa.
And then it has the light blue.
Transform that into fibercraft. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. It's for me.
We got some technical issues. On BCam.
Alrighty then. The mask.
Are you drunk
Jim Carrey, the mask.
Yeah.
Are you drunk interviewing me? How rude! I expect.
100%.
Hello over there.
It's all for the cameras. I'm not gonna act like this when it's just you and I, but hey, I gotta ramp it up for the YouTubes, okay? We gotta get subscribers, sponsors. We gotta get viewers. How's everyone doing? Oh, by the way, if I'm being too much at any time, just let me know.
No, this is a stamina thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
you're gonna be too much in moments, and then we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
I'm kind of poking at different stuff, trying things.
I like it.
Okay.
Have at it.
Yeah. Use it. It's a
You
resource.
have consent.
Okay, cool. Appreciate.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna switch gears and do whatever. We'll make things. Let's make things a little easier on ourselves.
Thanks for cluing us in. It's nice to have some process notes. Otherwise, I wouldn't know where your head's at.
I saw Joker.
Thoughts?
Yeah, it was very hard to watch, and I was totally like triggered psychologically. And after the movie, I was like,
What got fired up?
what did get fired up? My anxiety and I think just fear, like relating to a character with mental illness, and then bad things happening, and then making that connection to myself. So I had to like curl up when I got home and like, ugh. Let's talk about perfectionism for a moment.
Right.
Perfectionism is my performance plus other people's opinions of me equal my self-worth. Simply put, if you have the desire to do something, you go that direction, regardless of how people respond to it. Yeah, and when I use perfectionism, I'm just strictly by that definition that I said. That aside, you can have very high standards for whatever work you're doing, but that doesn't have to correspond to my self-worth. Yeah, and just I am so excited about performance. I almost feel repressed or something. I feel like I have so much to like get out emotionally or whatever it is, creatively. Improv is yes and. My approach is no and no, I don't know. Well, cut.
Yes, and always strikes me as something you have to acknowledge, but it only gets you so far. You can't structure 100% around yes and.
Yeah, doing the no thing is just very funny to me. I think it makes it harder on other people. But at Shit Gold the other night, they ended that last scene, and I was narrating it, And I was like,
Yes, and?
and then they're like, it's over. And I said, no, it's not over. That felt a little iffy to do because it was breaking the shit gold rules.
Yeah.
But I thought it was important to do.
I think it's officially find a way to wrap it up, which you were doing. Do you remember the first performance that night? That went to like 5:45, I think.
I missed
That woman who, were you there for that?
I was not.
Okay, well, never mind. I think you're good. I think your intuition in that space is correct and should continue to be explored. Yeah.
But going in and out of character, I think, now that I think about it, it has more to do with like what parts of my body are in character and what parts. Because it's like, for example, something I realized the other day. I don't know. I think there's not one way to do it, and there are different. There's a scale.
I was going to say there's like a difficulty scale for how much effort you're willing to enact upon other people by going off script. And like how far are you willing to deviate off script knowing that it's going to jostle the other person by its nature?
The thing is, I'm very sensitive to other people, and so it's been a good exercise for me not to be too concerned with that, and to
Emotions change fast. So if you're reacting to the first one and then letting that pave over like the next four because you're already concerned with it, you have missed the whole spectrum, and you're like, oh yeah, it's all just. I've found that like when I feel self-conscious, typically I'll feel self-conscious for a moment, and I can either steep myself in it, or I can pay attention and realize that like everything else is fading and turning into something new if you let it.
That's good. I've learned so many things from just statuing, like in the moments, like downtown over the last 10 years. And one thing is, it taught me to do that. Like, okay, I just failed at like with an interaction.
100%.
I've never seen Patrick's statue at the market, and I've been waiting. Like, if I can weave it into my schedule and it feels right, I'm like, will I see Patrick today?
How many times do you think you...
My friend Jesse Ferguson
Really?
brought me into the fold.
Really?
Yeah. And so each year he would develop a new costume. And then one year he developed the costume that I use now, which is that patinaed bronze colonial figure.
Yeah.
I also think blood on the hands. For Columbus Day, it would have...
Exactly.
And then all money to like real rent Duwamish or something.
That would have been wild.
Yeah, an interesting consideration in recent time for me when I go out as a statue, I'm kind of like, maybe this isn't the best historically character to represent.
In that way, the most appropriate one to do.
Because it's so silly. Because I'm silly.
Silly guy.
Is that what you're saying?
Over there?
It's time to switch gears into a performance. Will it go for a minute? Will it go for 2 minutes? Will it go for 5 minutes?
Should I put on a wig?
Oh, that'd be great.
Actually, do you have 3 wigs?
Plenty.
Moment here with you.
Hanging by a moment.
And I'm falling even more in love with you. Hanging by a moment here with you.
That's how it's done. Woo! That's how you recognize.
Oh, yeah.
What happens?
I think it's time for a little heart-to-heart with Oliver. Oliver and Patrick, heart-to-heart.
Heart to heart.
Now that we've slow danced
Time to DTR. What is this? Opening it up a little bit.
Yeah, let's
I'm
define.
opening it up in more ways than one.
You mean the conversation as well as your shirt.
Correct.
A pleasure to see you this evening.
You as well.
Where are you from?
I'm from a little town called Federal Way.
Oh, wow.
It's actually not that little anymore.
What did you do in your 20s?
In my 20s, I had a little metamorphosis. So I was a Christian for a few years, and I gave it up. Thank you, the church. And still working there. But I gave it up, and I started opening myself up for new experiences, because it was this realization of, after 6 years of pining after this person that never really worked out, and I was like, okay, well, if I spent 6 years pining after this person, and now I know the actual answer to the question that I was wanting to know, maybe we should just change some stuff about my life. Just try it out for size. And at this point, I was a vegetarian, and I was just like, fuck it. I don't want to deny myself of a potential food experience because of some self-implemented dietary restriction. And I used to be so against drugs.
Smoking the reefer.
Yeah, and like, because I was a Christian, I believed no sex before marriage. After I kind of flipped the script, I was like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Don't deny yourself of pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are some big changes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was necessary.
Yeah. When did you start playing music?
11 or so. I started with piano, and it's funny, my mom told me this story. When I was growing up, I sat on the throne with my sister, and I was just seated there. And then after she was done, I mimicked her without like having any training. And then I started going to piano lessons for a couple of years, and then it was like, meh. And when I was about 12 or 13, I started playing guitar. I got guitar lessons for about 3 years, and I went back to piano for a little bit. But then I got really into finger picking when I was about 18, 19-ish. Mm-hmm. I kind of stopped playing guitar for 4 or 5 years and focused more on visual art. I started going to Connor Byrne, which I go to. Shout out Connor Byrne. We got their open mics Sunday at 7:30 is signups. Starts at 8. Good time.
Ballard.
Yeah, Ballard. And I started going there, just watching my friend play there. And then I was like, I can do both. I still have music in my heart. Mm-hmm. It's not done yet. I like to think of handing someone an experience with a silver platter, like a well-represented dish that is all the things that just work together.
And you do that with your shows.
Thank you. That's the goal.
How do you feel after the performance?
It's very therapeutic. Because people oftentimes will come up to me and be like, wow, Oliver, I didn't realize you were so depressed. And I'm like, I'm not. It's it's my way of dealing with the shittiness, is write a song about it and still being able to feel the weight of it, but it doesn't drag you down.
The glass is half full. What am I going to do?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of different approaches happening right now.
It's true. I'm not really good at playing characters.
Okay, cool.
Like TBH, not my thing.
Let's start with some sort of performance thing.
Okay.
We'll play a game.
Oh.
A game.
Touching Oliver's hand with my lips.
This frame and scene. Wow, this jacket really is hot.
That was great. Yeah, it is.
Okay, we're done with the performance thing, and now we can just be ourselves. Okay.
Yeah. It's so much easier that way.
100%.
So much easier.